Right? This is a story, a very surprising story. A man stood up once at a big Chabad Farbringen. This must have been, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. And he told the following story about himself. And he said like this, that he said that years earlier, he went through several tremendous disappointments in life. And his business failed. His wife divorced him, took the children, and he was in financial problems and personal problems, and things got worse and worse. And his personality simply wasn't strong enough to withhold all this. And he went into a big depression, and it got worse and worse until the point where, God forbid, he decided he was going to put an end to his life. He tried all the avenues that he could think of and to get out of it, and things just got worse and worse. And so it was too much for him. He couldn't take it, and he decided he was going to put an end to his life. Now, of course, he had visiting rights for his children or his daughter, whatever. And I guess he only had a daughter. He had visiting rights for her. So he took his daughter, or he asked his wife for permission. On one day, he took his daughter, decided he was going to take her to the movies. They were going to spend one last day together. And then he was going to go home and, God forbid, put an end to it all. And he had it all prepared. I guess he had a letter written and everything. So he takes his daughter and they go to a movie. So they want to go to a movie. Shalom Abba. Okay, so I'll start the story from the beginning a little bit. The story was told by a man at a Chabad Chassidic get-together, and he said that years earlier, he had lost all his money, and his wife divorced him, took the child, and he lost his house, lost everything. So he decided after a while, things just spiraled down and down, and he just sort of became so frustrated, and he decided he was going to put an end to his life, God forbid. So he decided he would spend one last day with his daughter that was living with his wife, but he had visiting rights. So he spent one day, they were going to go to a show, and they'd go to a show, and they would, that would be the end of it. He'd spend one pleasant day with his daughter, and then he was going to go home and put an end to it all. So, God forbid. So he took his daughter, and they went to a show, and they saw there was a show, some sort of a movie that was playing. His daughter really wanted to see, and it was playing in some sort of a big mall. So they went to the mall, and they saw that all the stores were closed. They all saw all of the stores were closed, but nevertheless there was the movie. The movie was there. It seems that the only store that did not close in this mall, because that wasn't the time in America things were failing anyway. So especially the malls were failing. So he saw there was this movie, and he went, but he saw in front of the movie, there was a Chanuka menorah. A Chanuka menorah was there, and there was a band that was playing music, happy music, like Hasidic music. Now this guy's a Jew, right? He's a Jew. And he's there dancing over there, and there's just, some rabbi standing there, and there's a band, and there's just nobody there. They're just playing this music, and he lit the candles, and he's dancing. So the rabbi sees that here he's coming, so he grabs a hold of him, and he starts dancing with him, because he's the only one there. So he's dancing with this person, and they're taking pictures of him dancing with this one man. And the rabbi says something, and they dance some more, and he gives them some latkes, or some, what is it called, sufganiot, and they dance more, and then they're happy. And he's thinking, well, this is a happy thing. These people are happy. Maybe I won't commit suicide. Maybe life is not so bad after all. And he asked the rabbi, what are you so happy about? He says, it's the holiday of Chanuka. What the holiday of Chanuka? Chanuka, the Jews were in a dead end, that the whole world was against them, and everything was dark, and the Greeks were winning, and a handful of Jews they said, we're going to make light, and they changed the whole thing. So that's a pretty good message, you know. So he went to the movie with his daughter, and he came back home, and he said, maybe I'll give life a chance. Maybe I'll give life a chance. And he said from then on, so finally, in the course of things, he came to this Chabad house, and he was at this forbidden, and he started putting on tefillin, and he started becoming religious. I think he even remarried. And now he's telling the story in this Chabad house, right? Because it was his Chabad house. I guess he moved house or something. He moved to another place. Anyway, so he's telling the story in the Chabad house about how the lights of Chanuka, they saved him. So the owner of the Chabad house says, when was this? When was this? He said, it was such and such a date. He says, I want to show you something. He takes out a book, looks through his books of pictures. He says, look at this picture. Here is this is me dancing, and this is you in front of that movie. He said, what happened to this? The Chabad the Chabad house director says, came Chanukah, and every night we lit the Chanukah lamp in a different place. And we thought, where are we going to? Here's this movie theater. It was really popular. We figured we'll go over there. We'll go over there and light. So we called up the owner of the place, the mall, and we asked him if he could have permission. He said, yeah, you can have permission, of course, no problem. He gave us permission to come. And we came to this mall, and there was nothing there. All the stores had closed down. I guess the owner of the mall, the director, he didn't tell us that there was. You want to make a menorah? Do whatever you want. You can make a basketball court over there. There's a football court. There's nothing there. There was only this movie house. So we thought to ourselves, listen. I thought to myself, listen, there's nobody here. It's just this one movie place. There's no one. We thought it would be filled with. Listen, I already got the band. I already bought the Suvganiot, what is it, the Chanukah latkes, whatever you call them in English. And so we're already here, so let's do it. So we set up in front of this thing, and we started making music. Of course, nobody came. You were the only person that came. You're the only one that came to the whole thing. And you were the whole reason that we came to the Chanukah. So suddenly this person realizes that, because Chabad wanted to spread the happiness of Chanukah and the happiness of being a Jew all over the world, and that's this oil that we're talking about. So therefore, even though there was nobody there, but they said, maybe somebody will come. Just on the maybe, it's good enough to spread out Judaism. And sure enough, not only did this person come back to Judaism, it saved his life. So that's the importance of, like we said, giving charity, throwing yourself away for the sake of others. And that is what will bring the future redemption and reveal this true deep light of God in the world. Have a good day with Mashiach now. Thank you very much for coming. See you tomorrow at 8:15 in the morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.